Hi, my name is Rodrigo Caires, and I'm one of the facilitators of an online group, a Course of Love group. The experience of participating in an online group for me was very, very important in my deepening and understanding of A Course of Love. I have to tell you honestly that I was reluctant initially to join an online group because I had a long time of experience participating in in-person gatherings. So I thought to myself that online groups are not so real, or they don't feel much relevant. And I was quite wrong. After joining one of the groups available on Sundays, Joe Kittle's group, I took an interest to becoming a facilitator myself. And I would like to introduce you to a short clip that will demonstrate in practice what it is like to participate in an online gathering. But I'm here today now with Mari Peron, who, as you all know, is the first receiver of A Course of Love. Hi, Mari.
Hi, Rodrigo.
Yeah, so I would like to hear from you, and could you share what is your experience with participating in online groups?
Yes. Well, I want to follow up on what you said because I did not expect much from them either. And I already feel like your friend. And the only way that I know you is from the online groups through Zoom video. And it's not just a feeling of participating in something useful or helpful. It's a relationship is already forming after only having seen you and your lovely wife a couple of times. It's like, it is amazing. So I agree with you there. It's not what I expected. I really want to talk to you just a little bit from my experience of receiving and point you to Learning in the Time of Christ, which is at the end of the book. And Jesus talks there about how you might want to take it in the first time, just in your own space, in your own, like I received it, just hearing Jesus' words come into you and take them in as your own dialogue with Jesus and have them be very personal to you, because Jesus is talking to each of us. He's not talking to all of us at the same time. He's talking to each one, and he wants you to know who you are. That's, I think, the biggest message of A Course of Love. And then he wants you to share who you are. And so, of course, if you try to read the book and you struggle with it, some people do, it's not their favorite way, definitely, join a group and read it within the group. That's just fine. But I wanted to mention that because that was so heartfelt to me, the way I took it in. And I believe you can feel that with just reading it. Also, oh, and then Jesus does talk about the groups and about sharing in them and not really having, too much of a leader or teacher. You are a community of equals in relationship, and I think that's just beautiful. And I also think it really helps you get out of your mind. I think sometimes we can be too in our minds. Thank you, and thank you so much, Rodrigo, for hosting these groups and this little intro with us.
Thank you, Mari. And I think we can now offer the viewer the opportunity to watching this short clip we have prepared for you. It's taken from another facilitator, Lynn Kidd. So I hope you appreciate the importance of sharing the contents of what you are studying with others. And if you feel called to participate in an online group, you can see on our website, acourseoflove.org, there are several options, several days and times to cover different time zones around the world.
Rodriguez here at 11 at night, and I'm at 9 o'clock in the morning. So
As you see the power that technology is enabling us. No, I'm here speaking from Central Asia. I'm in Mongolia. And
I'm in Minnesota, United States.
Yep. Yes, and it feels almost as if we were in the same room.
Yes, yes, it does.
Okay.
Okay.
in 412. The last sentence, or the last two sentences, all these notions are concerned with who you have thought, the thinking, thought yourself to be, not with who you are, which is an interesting point. They do not recognize the difference between thinking and knowing. I think that's really important. One of the things that has come up for me recently, I've been a course student for a long time, ACIM, and I've had this book of Maurice for 2 years. I met her and bought this at a conference in Las Vegas.
Oh.
And I have not really read, I haven't read it. I read this chapter last night, and I'm hearing it again. And one of the things that even made me pick up the book is I'm at a point of knowing that I'm shifting from learning into knowing. And that's sort of what it's talking about here. They may be using thinking, which is an important phrase that I'm picking up. That what it is not just the learning to knowing, it's thinking and then going into that place of knowing. Now, I have gone in and out of that place of thinking, struggling, pushing, and all of that stuff. But I've also been in that place of knowing. And it's such a lovely place. So I just wanted to comment on that. That was really something that made me think, oh, I wonder why I picked up this book yesterday. There are no accidents. And why am I on this call today? You know, there are no accidents. And why have I bought this book, and why have I never opened it? So I'm really kind of pleased to be here. Thank you.
That's funny. When you were reading, I thought I really liked the sound of your voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here, Helen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
This is Greg. I was going to make a comment. Thanks, Helen.
Hey, Greg.
Hi. I had a little internet weakness, so I'm not doing my video.
Okay.
I was struck with 410. The first step in our work is recognizing the dualistic nature of our thoughts and feelings. And so for me, that is talking about a conscious choice. It isn't sitting and waiting for some state of grace to suddenly fall down upon us. And it isn't talking about simply holding faith or belief, and out of that faith and belief, something happens. There's a real step in saying, I'm fearful and anxious, for example, and I also know there's a state in me that's connected in union. So there's a conscious recognition. And the other thing I was struck with this is there's a process involved of holding opposites together and letting them merge. So, like just before this call, I did a conscious guided process, and I was feeling anxious and fearful over an incident around a business deal. And I recognized that was the dualistic nature of my thinking. And then I brought that together with unity, and I let them merge. And it started settling me down. But for right now, that's me learning to swim in water. And it's a very deliberate set of choices. And the absence of making those choices is to kind of be gripped by the fear or the anxiety or the worry and hope it goes away. So I'm complete, but I really like this chapter.
Thank you, Greg. That was beautiful.